Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's demonstration, I'm coloring a coloring page with alcohol markers. I don't specify the colors, I just recommend the shades that you prefer go from light to dark. That's the approach that I use in starting to color this coloring page. I start with my lightest tone as the base. Then gradually I'll start layering darker colors for shadows and other colors to kind of add dimension and texture to the image. The first color had more of a pinkish hue, like a light pink, and this marker is more of a yellowish, orangish color. So I'm just layering it in similar spaces, but not exactly in the same areas, just to create the shape. Notice that I stay towards the edges. That's where I usually start. I start on the edges of the image and leave the lightest part for the middle area. I avoid that. Some people will color in the entire image and then add the white highlights later on. That's something you can try, but I tend to leave the whites in the middle, the highlights. When you're using alcohol markers, as opposed to like coloring pencils, you want to have something on the background so it doesn't bleed through. This is just a page, so it's not going to affect the inside of a book, but that's something you're going to want to do. And here I start with even darker color to add some shadows and emphasis to the shadows. All these light touches help bring out the figure and give it interest. Notice particularly you're going to have shading where the body parts or the meat, where there's going to be some type of touching. That's just a little thing to maybe notice. So now I'm adding a deeper pinkish tone to fill in the image, make her seem, give her more life. What I'm most trying to avoid is the image looking flat. And I want the colors to relate to each other. So if I'm going to introduce a new color, I'm going to introduce it in multiple spaces so everything is connected. You want to be patient with this process. Less is more, because you can't erase anything that you add. You can't take anything away. So you want to kind of be careful about adding colors and mindful of where you place them. I wanted to brighten this up a little bit, so I added this red hair to the image I'm coloring here. It's just a personal choice. You may want to add another bright color, or maybe not even that. I guess it depends on what's the look you're going for. But in this instance, I thought it could use some pop, so to say. So now that I'm onto her outfit, I'm not going to color it in a solid fashion. Similar to what I mentioned earlier, I'm still leaving white spaces. This is indicative of clothing having folds and crinkles and creases. And along the lines of being mindful of the color choices that I've made, green is a contrast color to the red, so it stands out more. So now that I've finished with the shadows and the shading for the body or the outfit using a darker green, I'm just adding the last finishing touches, going back to that orange, yellow orangish color. Notice I'm repeating the same approach over and over again. I'm touching different areas with this color to make everything cohesive. And lastly, I'm just going to just add a border. Just to kind of give her a glowy kind of edge. It's subtle, but I think it does what I needed to do. So now I'm finished with the image. Some last touches, but I'm basically done. And this is the result. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.